Respect on here in just a little bit. And we are live right now on the Miguel and Holly and the Hits 961 Facebook page. But before we get to that part, we got to process what just happened with Shoot Your Shot. Holly, just quickly get us up to speed on what just happened.
Well, Damien confessed his crush on his best girlfriend. They've been kind of like best buddies for a very long time. She's recently divorced and has been sort of leaning on him. And he's like, this is it. I'm shooting my shot. And she was upset.
Yeah.
She clearly did not take it in the way that he thought she was going to take it. And she was like, I thought we were friends and I have been confessing all this stuff to you. And it feels like you now just want to hook up and I'm not interested. And then he was like, well, you're leading me on basically, because he's like, you call me all the time and you're very vulnerable with me. And it's clearly he was confused.
One of the tweets we got from Jamie Lynn said, I forgot to bring my popcorn this morning. Dang, how brave of Damien. Girl, he sounds like a great guy. Sleep on it and reassess tomorrow. And then Dwayne said, oof, that was brutal. It was salvageable until she dropped that line about him being like one of her girls. So awkward. Christina in the university area, you've been in a similar situation like Damien and Jesse. What happened?
Yes. I actually have a guy friend. We're really, really close. I did confide in him and tell him a lot of stuff, and I told him that I'm really interested in him. And it kind of scared him a little bit where we stopped talking, but then he came back and we're still close. But I've also found out, when you have a guy friend that you can confide in, there's some interest there to a certain extent, because no guy is going to listen to a female that much without, caring about her in a different type of sense. I think she should have definitely gave Damien a try, not be offended at all, because all relationships start with a friendship, right? So if you have that base covered, then she should have took the time to be like, okay, you're already confiding in him. He already knows about you. That's squared away. I feel like she should have gave Damien a shot. He already knows your ins and outs, your flaws.
Yeah, he's been there through all the difficult points. And, maybe this is one of those situations where maybe with a little time, because, she just went through a divorce and is going through the part of grieving and healing. And so sometimes it takes a moment before you can sort of be open to receive that type of love and affection.
It's true.
And so maybe it's just time that she needs right now.
That makes sense. That's understandable. But once she goes through that time period, Damien sounds great. Call Damien.
Christina.
I love it. Christina, thank you so much for your phone call and welcome to the Miguel and Holly fam.
Thank you.
It's time for us to put some respect on another city's name.
It's time.
Now, a few weeks ago, we just randomly stumbled upon doing this big pep rally for Hickory. And Holly, how did that even happen?
It happened because I was just doing the trending, what's happening. And it turned out that the entire U.S. had searched all cities, and Hickory, North Carolina came in as the #1 spot of affordability and beauty to live in the USA. And we were like, oh my gosh, Hickory. And then all these people called and were like, no, that's fake. We do not accept. And we were like, now, wait a minute. That's not how we do. We're not dumping on Hickory, because obviously it was chosen for a reason. So then we just hosted this giant pep rally for the city. And that's how this whole thing came about.
Well, we said, you know what? We had such a great time, spotlighting all the different businesses in Hickory and talking to everybody and learning so much about it. I mean, even, some of our Miguel and Holly fan members that listen online on the iHeartRadio app were like, I've never been, but I'm going to make a trip to Hickory now because of all the good stuff that's happening there.
Yeah.
So we said, you know what? Let's start doing this once a month where we will spotlight a different city. So we've been asking over the past couple of weeks, what city should we put some respect on next? And it's that city that everyone makes fun of, everyone dumps on. And even if you live there, you're like, yeah, I'm from such and such. And
might need a little boost.
Right. Well, there was one overwhelming place that kept coming in through text, through phone calls, through DMs on the Miguel and Holly Instagram, and you said, this place desperately needs some love. And that is Gastonia.
Okay, Gastonia.
Apparently, if you live in Gastonia, you need some love because ain't nobody giving it to you.
Lots of love.
I know. When we first moved here, I think it was like we may have visited Gastonia first, or maybe it's the other way around. But we said something about it, and someone was like, "Oh, you don't
go there."
That's not our best work." And I was like, "Well, wait a minute, wait, I liked it.
Yes, it was a fun time. The honey hunters are there.
The honey hunters.
Yes. So we want to put some respect on Gastonia's name. So
That's
what
right.
exactly does that mean? That means next week we are going to do a pep rally for Gastonia. So if you have a business or if you know someone that has a business, we want to shout them out. We want to do a pep rally. So have them call us up 1-844-HIT-961.
1-844-448-7961.
What were you thinking of?
It's Monday. So, or you can text us. You can text hits and your thoughts and what you love about Gastonia to 96893.
Exactly. So if you have a business in Gastonia, this is you telling us about what your business is, why it's so great. And then all next week, we're going to put some respect on Gastonia's name. All right. It is 8:41. We got $1,000 up for grabs happening at 9.